Coming up tonight, Rick meets his old enemy, the loose neutral. Joe and Gary venture into special locations. Gordon takes a crowbar to a battery. Rick puts out a fire he started. And we cause an explosion.
Oh, what a great bit of fun for kids' parties. You imagine that, lighting that. Oh, we're going to say happy birthday now, we are, right? Just light it here. To the top of it. This gadget kills fires in seconds, and if you weren't excited by the intro and the amount of fun we've had today, and you're on Facebook and on your YouTube, you're in the wrong place, because the next hour and a half is going to be incredibly fun for me personally. I've been creating content since 2017, and I don't think I've had more fun making videos than I did today, young man, and welcome back.
Got my health and safety glasses on tonight, Gary.
We're going to need them, aren't we? Because I imagine we're going to light a few things up today just to prove the point. But it's back together, G-Dog. You've been away for a couple, haven't you?
I have, yeah. Bit of travel.
Yeah, anywhere exciting? You want to tell your voice that you're excited with your travel?
Well, excited to be back, Gary. That's it. You know what it's like. Put the blow... Hold on. Get the
blowtorch. Yeah, OK. So where you been?
Germany. Started off in Germany. Got a little footage there. Want to see a German electrician? Let's just get a bit of tool envy to kick the night off.
Okay. Very tidy.
Yeah.
This L-box, is it L-box?
The L-box system, yes. I have tools, they are 40, 50 years old.
Wow.
It's an immaculate van, isn't it, when it comes into shot? So we're going to go again, are we going to try again? And we're in again, so please hold with us. So here we go, we're off to Germany.
Very tidy.
Yeah.
This L-box, is it L-box?
The L-box system, yes. I have tools, they are 40, 50 years old.
Wow, okay.
And Viha is my preferred.
That's your preferred tools. Yeah. Any reason?
Viha is in the Black Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nearby me. The second reason, the quality. And the third reason, I have personality connection to them. This was my idea.
Oh, it was your idea. Oh,
yeah.
Divides people the Speedy.
The idea was mine.
You have lots of Speedies.
Look
at them. You carry them everywhere.
Already.
So that's 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. I think it's the tidiest electrician's van I've ever seen, actually.
Klauke.
Yes, Klauke.
Here, Klauke Micro.
Klauke as well.
Our company works with Klauke since the beginning, so they are good tools, and we like it, yeah.
And that's going to be a video in the future, isn't it, Gordon?
It is, yeah, Michael Zimmerman. We met him last year at the Klauke experience. So I thought I was passing in the area. Thought I'd best just pop in and see him. Yeah, he's fantastic. He's got a great... That'll be a fantastic video when it comes out. I enjoyed myself anyway. So.
OK, tell me what he does from and to. So what work range, very narrow work range.
No. He's like... his family been serving that area since 1952.
Right.
They'll do anything, literally from, if you want a dishwasher for your house,
right,
all the way up to... We went to a silver mine.
Okay.
We went to... he repairs the machines in a factory that makes aerospace components as well. So
okay.
He'll just do... Yeah. Great life.
Oh, different level then, I would suggest.
Immaculate van, complete tool envy. Not just one Speedy, Gary, he has at least 5.
5, yeah, OK. That's brilliant. So that's where you've been. So that looks a uber exciting time. But we're talking about fires. So it wouldn't go amiss to think that we haven't unleashed the eFIXX team down with Griff, who was on with us last time. And obviously, we've started a bit of a battery fire. So we see a clip of that one, Gordon.
In 2025, a crack team of electrical specialists was assigned to stress test advanced solar storage technology. These men didn't follow the manual because there wasn't one. Operating out of an undisclosed test facility, they push equipment beyond the limits, so you don't have to. If you have a battery and you want to know what it can really handle, and if you can find them, maybe you can watch the E-Team.
Hold your horses, for you blame me in saying today was the greatest video content day that I've ever had since 2017 because I wasn't on that mission. I don't know where I was, but I missed some fun and games there. That video's due out soon as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We're nearly finished. That one's taken a while to pull together, that one. Just recovered.
Okay.
Obviously, we're all trained health and safety experts on that video.
Yeah, so by distance and obviously how far you were away laughing, depending on how close you were to the fire, yes?
Yeah. Now, fires everywhere. There was news this week. The NIC is getting worried about loose neutrals.
They
There you
are,
go.
yes.
That's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, so... And
You
again,
say it's always the neutral.
It's always the neutral. Anyone follows me on other social media channels, always the neutral. And we're talking about the neutral could perhaps be carrying more current. We're worried about harmonics, okay, things that we've discovered in other live streams all seem to be coming together to be this live stream today, doesn't it? Now, when you think of batteries, I think about maybe the one that I carry in my pocket, the one that lays next to my head when I'm in bed. And I've probably got it on charge as well, but I don't tend to be too worried about that one. But should I be, Gordon?
You should be, yeah, because everyone... it was quite interesting, actually. So it was in Germany. Yeah, the guy who owned one of the buildings we went to was talking. He doesn't trust electric cars.
Okay.
Yeah. We went downstairs and he had 15 kilowatts of storage under his kitchen.
Oh, right.
So I said, but that's a different battery technology. He said, yeah, you should be more worried about your mobile phone. So just to test this out, actually, earlier this morning, I pulled out a little lithium-ion battery from a mobile device we had and just put the crowbar through it. So let's just check here.
Yeah, so nice and brave of you that was.
Nice and
Look at
brave,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Let's
Yeah.
watch your bravery in action. Oh, there he goes.
Now,
Yes.
I thought, there we go. But watch this. So no, it didn't have to burn it or anything. This is just by puncturing a regular lithium-ion battery.
What's really brave about the only person that's still in shot? So I think Rick went one way, you went the other, and some brave young lad who probably took about 13 years off his life. He got a couple of lungs like lace curtains now, stood there and got the rest of that footage. Yeah, that was compelling, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And it is, the remains of that battery is on the actual table today, so we'll see that when we're panning around, along with a bottle of Moet champagne, and we'll come to why we're drinking a little bit of bubbly this evening. And you know how I like a little bit of bubbly if you've been following me on Instagram since Christmas to this moment in time now. It's a hot topic, I would suggest, tonight.
It is a hot
So
topic.
we must have some hot guests. Shall we have a quick look into the green room and see who we've got over there, Gordon? Well, there they are. Look, the excitement's written over none of their faces. So here we go. So we've got Tom. We've also got Ritika. And in the middle there, we've got... Who we got in the middle, Gordon?
Carrick.
Oh, we're trying to
There
catch
you
you
go.
out.
Oh, you can't catch me out
We've
on
got Carrick in the
names,
middle
Carrick.
there. So they're going to be our guests today. And they're from Aerospace, is that right? Aerosmith. Aerocom. You had to look down there. What are you doing?
That's right, it confuses there.
Yeah, OK. So we haven't got the lead singer from Aerosmith, because that would have been who?
Oh, I can't remember that
Mr.
now.
Tyler, we did
Well,
it
yeah,
a
you
bit
just
earlier
did it
on.
along.
Let's bring them in because they're our guests and this is going to be a cracking live stream. So let's bring them in. Come on, Tom. Carrick, take the seat next to me, unlucky. Okay. It was like somebody with ginger facial hair to be sitting near me, so that's a good sign. We're going to give you 60 seconds, Tom. So I think you need to tell us a little bit about your today before you do your professionalism. We'll probably give an extra 20 seconds. Tom, why has today been so special to you?
So today I had 2 runners at Royal Ascot, but I decided to come here today to the Electrician channel. But not just do we have 2 runners, we had a placed horse and another horse that came 8 in the group 2. So it was superb.
And the place horse, if people want to read between the lines, is probably financially quite a nice smile to you and some of your close friends.
Yes, very much
Did
so.
anyone at eFIXX take up your advice that one of your horses might be decent?
Oh yes, there's a lot of smiles around at eFIXX today.
Yes. Yeah, I'll just smugly lean into the camera there. So tell us all about yourself then, Tom.
So I'm the Managing Director of Aerocom UK. I came here in 2006 as an electrician to wire and commission pneumatic tube systems. And over my last 17, 18-year career, I've programmed AGVs, moved into fire suppression, and it's gone full circle for me. As being an electrician in Ireland, I'm back working in the electrical game again.
Okay.
And we'll come back to pneumatic tube systems. If you've never seen one, they're great fun. We've got one behind us here, and this one, there's somewhere it's installed. We're going to have to go and visit.
We are, because when you see it, it's definitely a bit of us, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay then, so Carrick, so welcome in. So we'll
Thank
come
you
back
very
to
much
Ginger
for
Beer, no doubt, many times on the show, but tell us all about yourself and lean into your daughter's story as well.
So my name's Carrick. I'm the design manager at Aerocom UK. I've got a background sort of in and around architecture, so I was very fortunate and lucky to work in some of the biggest practices in the world, being sort of Grimshaw, Foster & Partners, Heatherwick Studios. And then an opportunity came to basically work for Tom as sort of like a a designer of schematics within hospitals, designing all of our pneumatic tube systems. And then as Tom's very well develops the business, we've grown into sort of the AGV AMR market and then the Maus Fire Stick. So trying to take that under my wing, research as much as I can, because we're not fire specialists, but we're trying to learn and lap up as much information as possible and give out a product that will suppress and extinguish fires.
Good. And you've got a gorgeous daughter who's about 18 months old. And when will she be celebrating her second birthday?
I do have a very beautiful daughter. Her name's Emma D. Big shout out if she's watching. Her birthday is on the 23rd of November, 2023.
Oh, shares the same birthday as me. So fantastic that was.
I knew I liked you.
I like you as well. So, really great story. So she turned 1 as I turned 50. So what a nice way around that was. So when she turns 50, I'll be dead. So a shame for me that will be. But we've got some Moët champagne to celebrate the horse racing later on. But we're really here to celebrate one thing and one thing only. What are we celebrating?
Gary, Michelle is on, Gary's wife.
Okay, yeah.
She's just inquired about the horse win. Michelle, you're in luck. The horse did win, actually.
Well, it won some money, didn't it? And it was me. Unfortunately, we were hampered by so Rick's got a lovely betting app, so I had to lean into him. I don't own a betting app.
Don't let him talk it down.
Children's sort of restrictions on how much money we could gamble, my friend. So we didn't go all in like I was going in, but we had a little touch. We didn't have a big touch, we had a little touch, so that's good. As we like to call it in our house, the Finley Fund. Right, so really important now, you're both taking on the Electricians Challenge. To give our audience a bit of a whiff, we're whiffing, obviously, Tom, electrical background, aren't we?
Yes, I was an electrician in Ireland for 7 years, then went to Australia for a year, and then I've worked in the UK for 10 years, an electrician, programming robots and wiring up pneumatic tube systems.
Okay, so, but again, just remember what Gary's like. And you've had a lot of jobs, so no doubt you've been moved on from several large architect companies, and now you ended up at Aerocom, so we know that from your background. Okay, any electrical whiffs in there?
DIY?
A bit of DIY. I'm like a dab hand around the house, but no specific electrical routes.
I've got a feeling that you needed to install something like the mouse in your socket consumer unit, and anyway you've been wiring, because nothing was held together tightly, I would suggest. But don't get fooled by me. What does it mean the time is?
It is. It's time for the Electricians Challenge. Get your times in.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got 60 seconds to do that.
And if you get the fastest, we don't need the name this time, but we just need to name the person you're timing. So if you think it's Carrick, give him a time. You can also do Tom's time as well, because this time the 2 fastest times, you can have 2 goes at it, 1 for each person. You will win a fire mouse. When your little
Maus Stixx, Carrick.
Maus Stixx, yeah, little fire mouse.
Yeah.
Fire mouse. Yeah. Okay, we win a fire mouse. Okay, we're happy with that?
Sounds good.
Yeah, so Maus Stixx will be coming your way. Okay, and they're really good to be playing around. When you see what we've done with ours, you'll be desperate to get older one to do the same things we've done as well with ours. So no competition between you two, only on a personal level. There's a small wager though, isn't there?
There is indeed.
Is there?
Yes, it's a pay rise.
Right.
So if you happen to win, so the wife's hopefully watching. Carrick, how many pound notes are you going to be up on a wage salary if you beat Tom?
I think it was a couple.
I think it was 15 grand.
It was 15 grand.
15 grand pay rise. Yeah, not a lot riding on this.
I wish you told me that afterwards.
You tried harder, would you? 15. We've never had such a big wage. I think 20 quid was the last time we were that big. So we're in for a 50. We have not seen these. We have no idea. We've got a whiff of where they went.
While those times are coming in, Gary,
go on in, mate.
What do you have to find if they climbed or declined?
All right, well, this will be interesting.
So it's time for the race wall, and it's time to find out if our guests climbed or declined. So we're going to start first with Tom. Tom, did you climb or decline?
I climbed.
Yeah, and is there anywhere else you'd rather be right now than doing the Electricians Challenge wall?
Maybe Royal Ascot, but not.
But you're not. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Honestly, Royal Ascot. Coming up next to this good-looking chap, Carrick. Did you climb or decline?
I climbed.
And how did the tools feel in your hand?
Amazing.
Yeah, and it was a bit creepy the way I said that, so I'm going to apologise first and foremost for that creepy way. Now, you are a seasoned electrician.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
No, not at all.
No, he is not at all. And we had a third contestant have a go. We had Ritika here. Ritika, did you climb or decline?
I climbed.
And how did you find them?
Difficult.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, you've done this to make your dad proud, because your dad did electrical engineering at A levels. Do you think you've done that?
Not at all.
No?
No.
And if you want to hear a Brummy get proper angry, it's
Stay
coming up.
tuned.
It's coming up.
So you saw Ritika there, and you will have a bonus race hall later on with another chance of winning a Maus Stixx as well. We're trying to give away up to 10 this evening, so we will do fastest finger first later on and the best comments. And also, we'd love you just to smash that like button to say that you're on the live stream and interject with what beverage you may be consuming while you're watching the stream as well. I think it's time to see, Gordon.
It is.
How we got on. We don't know who's up first.
See who's up first. That's right.
Is it going to be the Ginger Warlord or is it going to be Tom? Here we go. So up first, it's always... I'd suggest it's not a good thing if you're first, so well done. Okay, you should be good. Wow, that's some billboard we got on there, isn't it? Gee whiz, that's a back and a half. Do you play a bit of rugby back in the day?
They played a lot of it.
Yeah, it looks it's written all over your back of your neck. Here we go then. So we've obviously got a wiring background. Singles are not an issue. You've got that sort of background. You're not a domestic installer. We've left the tape out. That's a brave decision. Will you go up first time? Oh, this is looking good. But we could have speeded it up, folks. Remember, the edits are always confusing.
Oh, look at the concentration there.
Was it that quick when you did it? Did you feel the first run was good? Not normally the first run's a good one. Okay, and your side cutters, you're not using the Klein... Oh, you're ripping at it. Yes, the Klein automatic wire strippers. We're into the Lewden consumer unit. Jet black, their consumer unit, nice in a domestic dwelling. So we're into the RCBO, the mini RCBOs that Lewden do.
And this is going
off the wall. Rapid, this is. So, yeah, we were deceived perhaps at the start of the day. Oh, that's a torque setting of an arm there. I would suggest that 1.2 Newton meters of torque on the top of the RCBO has been obliterated.
So that's chocolate in the background there.
Wow. So single fly leads, you're not going to go for strip and go again, so you're gone for the separate one. And then we're just these 4 connections away. Now, this looks speeded up to me, so I think this is another Joe Jr. confusion. Okay, but we will see when the time's in. So I would not worry at the moment, Carrick. You should be okay.
I thought he smashed his first run. So.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you want a £15,000 pay rise. Your wife is now sitting on the edge of her seat, isn't she? My wife's going to realise we've won about 3 and 8, but yeah, you're on for 15k if this comes in. So off of the side cutters, nice technique. Is it 4 connections? Yeah, just 4 connections away from completion. This looks decent. So I'm thinking now this could be, are we challenging last time out? It was pretty quick, wasn't it? And the time before. This could be a decent looking time. All right, okay. Yeah, you haven't lost any of those skills. Do you still keep your hand in, or is this all from memory?
Yeah, I'd still have to dabble at weekends and stuff when we have emergency call-outs and we're 24/7 operation, so if we have extra calls for the NHS side, I still have to dabble a bit.
Okay, no worries. Right, well, that looks a decent effort. You did drop the screw, but look at that. Oh, that's a pro, and he was still doing a screw up while looking for it with a hand. Did you do much of that when you were doing it, Carrick?
Not at all.
Double tasking, so jump to your feet and smash that button and see where we are.
That was a good start.
That was a good one. So here we go. We know who's up next. So we'll see if you know your way around a toolkit. So nice and tall, so you've got no excuses at all.
Right,
we're folding over before we start. No tape. No, they ain't got the cover off the socket or anything. We've got the biggest loop in the world. We're trying to catch cattle with it.
A lot of tape.
There we go. Yeah. So now you're going to realise. Drop the screwdriver. Who left it down there wedged in? Oh, I like that. I like your thing. So what you've done there is not undo either screw as you were trying to undo both of them. Keeping one hand completely. So like it. Tuning the telly in our days there, wasn't it? Double knobbing it, wasn't it? Imagine that, you're trying to get one. Oh, yeah, we've done a hair moment. Well done, Hammond.
You said it was like Play-Doh.
Yeah, Play-Doh chair. So you remember the song? You turn the chair, they grow Play-Doh hair, and then all of it. Oh, we're back out the conduit. What's going on here?
A lot of cables were tangled up in the reel. A lot of
amateur hour. Oh, that went up though. Well done. Well done. Have we got enough? Have we got enough? What are we doing now? Get one. Oh, we left one behind.
We got stuck on
What a disaster. And now we're back out again. Gee whizzle. Yeah. How's that £15,000 pay rise looking? Yeah, that's a decent chunk, isn't it? On top of your 30. That would be good, wouldn't it? So, yeah, round into the consumer unit, back into Lewden consumer unit. And we've got these. Oh, you do surprise me. I thought you'd have used the Klein wire strippers.
I learned that on the third go.
There was some smirking in the background then. I noticed a bit of smirking. I think after your first run, Tom, you said you didn't need to do the other 2.
I did.
We had to coax you out of retirement almost to have another go, didn't we?
Very much so.
Yeah, so that was decent. So it's all looking good. All looking good for you, Carrick. We're not thinking you can lose on your time, but what we can do is obviously we've got 2 of these Maus Stixx up for grabs. So if you do get Carrick's time the nearest, you will get a chance to ring the burner phone, and if you get Tom's time nearest, you will also get a chance to ring the burner phone. So here we go. So it wasn't too bad. Leave them. Down you go. Socket to connect. That's perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
That's a lot of cable hanging out there.
I was trying to tidy it up, but I got told to leave.
Look at that. Wow.
Beauty. It's an absolute beauty. But, yeah, do you think you're under 10?
I hope so, but I doubt it.
Oh, dear me. And would you suggest your first run was your best run?
Yeah, like that screwdriver you said.
I like to think
at the end of the screwdriver.
Look at that, yeah.
Oh, no, we're back at the handle.
Back on the handle. Yeah, the amateur hour, where you use, the closer you get, the easier it is. Here we go.
Bad to lose pair of chopsticks.
So bracelets, have they got any meaning to you?
Have to be somewhere at 9 o'clock.
Wife's birthday gift, wife's honeymoon gift,
Oh, right.
wedding gift.
Okay. So, and the ankle bracelet, that came from who?
The police.
Yeah.
So what was the pearly one? So you got ones with pearls on there. What's that?
That was when we
It's
went.
taking forever and I've lost it. Hey, it's finally done. Well done, Carrick. Okay, so it shouldn't be a difficult one. But again, we weren't trying to see if Tom won, because I think we all realise he probably has. We're trying to get the time right. So that means, G-Dog, you're on your feet. You've got to move over there, haven't you? So I'm going to come over as well. Just have a quick look at the moe on the way through. So, and I'm saying it wrong, they keep telling me, but I'm going to stick with it. Okay, here we go. So, G-Dog, I take it we're moving if we're doing Carrick's first.
Lord's here.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm holding that one back.
Okay.
Oh, dear me. Right.
Who are we going with first?
We'll have to start with Carrick first. Obviously, he needs to know if he's getting the pair right, so we'll keep the tension building, Gary.
Okay, so we're over here with Carrick, are we?
We actually are.
What?
It's a surprise, yeah, actually, yeah. So
No.
you did this under 5 minutes. Yeah, actually under 5 minutes. So, Carrick, you did this in 4 minutes 42, and there's a lot of people done that. Down there with John Chamberlain.
That's a 15 grand pay rise, isn't it?
is it?
Oh, we're shocking the world here. I can't wait to see Tom's face. That's 22 seconds away from outrageous.
Yeah.
Let's just go around and have a look at this. I'd be worried.
I wouldn't be.
All right. You're in with a chance. Trust me, you're in with a
I'm
chance.
absolutely buzzing. I thought I would definitely be on that wall.
I thought you weren't. I looked at the time, so even I was surprised because I had you down well into deep time. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was when you had the extra goal.
Are you sure you're confident?
I'm very confident.
And if no word, if he beats you, he's got a 15k pay
No
rise.
problem at all.
I'm pulling for you here. Please tell me he's on the other wall.
We're quite safe.
Soloing down. College lecturers moving everywhere.
Yeah, Chris Allen.
He's in.
Slotting in there. 3 minutes 53 in solid.
Yeah.
Veteran electrician territory there. We're up there with,
Outrageous territory and above.
Yeah.
That is a great time. Well done.
That is.
15k bag, that was. Yeah, that would have been half your winnings today, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Better to buy another horse next week.
Yeah. Well done. 2 great times. Honestly, that's heads. You have smashed some right electricians
That
up.
was perfect training from
Did he
Rick.
nearly beat Rick again? Well, it was 6 minutes something until he had another cheating go, so when we were short of guests. Brilliant. So well done for doing that, and hopefully 2 people will now get a chance to ring the burner phone, and you will get a Maus Stixx in the post for that. We will need your address and postcode, etc., so we get all the details in, and it will be Joe over there with... Who are you with, Joe?
So it's me and Ritika, so you need to ring Ritika on the burner phone.
Oh, right. Has Ritika got her own slide?
Yeah, she's...
No.
I
can't believe it. Let's have look at that on the little burner phone.
It's time to call Ritika on the burner phone.
So if you're the 2 fastest times, you'll be indicated to ring in, and you've got a chance to win. There's 8 more to give away as we go on. But I don't know anything about the Maus Stixx and the technology behind it, so I think that's probably where we're going to start. Who's going to go with that? Tom, do you want to go with that one?
Yeah, I'm happy to start with it.
Yeah, go on then.
So 15 months ago, got a phone call from a guy who I worked with us when we were apprentice electricians together. He'd found this product in Sweden. He says, I need you to have a look at it. The company is called Dynamic Electrical in Dublin. They sell the product in Ireland. Went and met him. We set off a few fire sticks, and I was like, how is this product not for sale? I've been in the electrical game so long. I've seen so many fires around the country, and this was just a big surprise to me. So then found out about the technology. It was developed in Sweden. The designer helped a team from NASA develop a new product to replace halon, and that's how the potassium compound was made that's inside the fire sticks.
Yeah, so coming back to you then, Carrick, because the first thing people think is probably put CO2 into a very small enclosure. Well, we had NASA there. I wouldn't imagine filling a spaceship full of CO2. You can't step outside to get some fresh air, can you?
Exactly.
To get that.
Exactly that. So one of the biggest USPs of Maus Stixx is that they don't actually remove the oxygen from the air. They basically separate all of the radicals within a fire, effectively separating the triangle. So the way that the potassium bonds to the other elements within a fire will basically split that triangle and remove the heat, which is why it's so successful at putting out electrical fires.
Wow, so that's just blown my old fire triangle. Week 1, health and safety, remove one side of the triangle, yeah, take away the fuel, take the oxygen. But you're still doing something with the oxygen, so you're separating the oxygen, is that what you're saying?
It's separating the radicals within a fire. So it effectively bonds to the different elements within a fire and separates them, but it doesn't remove them. So again, it's had all of its health and safety data testing to say that it's safe to use in inhabited areas and will not cause any harm.
The triangle's gone, folks. It doesn't work anymore, does it?
Yeah, non-toxic, no debris.
We can vouch for that, actually, because we've actually set a lot of these up. We're going to do
a lot of it.
We're going to do one now, are we? Oh, we're going to set one. Live on the telly, we're going to set one off behind us. We've got a nice consumer unit behind us.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, first, I'll put the unit in. So we've got this three-phase dish. Let's have a look at it. So here's a Maus stick here.
Okay. Pro V1.
Yep. There we go. So
don't get caught out here. There's 2 layers on the back. So if you just take the white sheet off, there is actually another one, a red one behind it. So you have to get both of them. Oh, excuse me there. So, yeah. It's not good, is
that's
it?
the red.
There we
That's
go.
the first one, is it?
No, I think you got to get the red one as well, young man. Yeah.
No, joke.
That's all right. Well, it's making great telly, this is. Yeah. They say don't work with animals. It looks like we've got the mouses causing us a problem there. You got it? There we go. That was easy.
Peel that off.
Okay.
Got a whiff of
Right. Slowly does it, because I'm trying to follow it with the camera.
Goes into the top of the distribution board.
It could go on the front of the door, couldn't it? We've done that before.
But tight, yeah,
that's a lovely space
around
right
that
there.
full of wires, yeah. Right.
And just because I haven't seen this one before, is this one from?
It's an Axiom one here that we're going to be taking a look at from CD Electrical.
Are they next time's guests, aren't they?
Yeah, next time's guests. We'll
do they know we're doing this to their board?
No, don't think so.
Right. Okay. So you're gonna send a little bit.
So the idea is, so imagine, someone possibly hadn't tightened up the connections tight enough.
Rick.
It does happen. Yeah, Rick or Joe Hammond admitted that earlier on today. He did a network rail job. Starts arcing away, starts causing a fire, starts, some of the cables start going up. So there's going to be flames pouring up here, stuff like that. If this gets to about 170 degrees...
Can we rush that process on?
Well, I can. I happen to have my favourite blowtorch here.
So I'm just looking at you. You've got the safety specs on. Yeah. Tom's leaning backwards. Yeah. He's got half-shut eyelids. Yeah. So here we go.
Right. So.
Are you ready?
Yeah. So blowtorch lit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to touch the edge of the device. Yeah,
okay. I'm ready.
Are you ready? Yeah. And we'll see you next week on eFIXX TV.
So it's non-toxic. There's no debris from it. You're able to wipe it down to then reuse. If it's one RCB or MCB that's been replaced, you can then just replace that one product and keep everything moving along quickly. So similar products in the market would fill a fuse board full of foam, and your whole fuse board would have to be
Reminds me of my days when we were all the students. So, yeah, wow. And again, we're not coughing, we're not spluttering, are we? We're not struggling, we're not falling to the ground and all the rest of it. It's incredible how quick that goes. And we've set a few up. I don't know how many we're going to show you tonight. Obviously, they'll come out on social media afterwards. But it just whoosh, it's gone, isn't it? That fire's gone.
Yeah, very much so.
It's all right. We do it in a domestic consumer unit, haven't we? A metal one, and we've obviously done it in a 3-phase distribution board. And then you think to yourself, OK, is that where its heart of it lies, or is there some other areas maybe where the justification of it becomes maybe more of an insurance claim and all the rest of it? What would you suggest would be its key areas along with what we looked at just there?
So we're installing an awful lot of these into the NHS hospitals, which have old estate, old distribution panels, a lot of old buzz bars, and wherever they're having hot spots within them systems, we're installing this product. A lot of data centres are now installing it. There was an issue with a big pharma company where they had a fire inside their data center. It released the foam into the data center, filled the room up fully. When it was time that the fire brigade could get in and the foam had decreased out of the room, the electrical panel was still on fire.
Oh, right.
That big pharma company has now installed fire sticks in every electrical panel.
Okay, so Maus Stixx are in there replacing foam because foam's smothering the whole area?
They've smothered the whole room,
okay,
but the panel stayed on fire because they didn't drill into the panel, or they never compromised the panel by putting fire suppression inside. So they've now installed fire suppression.
So a lot of the time, a fire, by the time the fire detection system picks it up, by the time regular sprinklers are that, it's too late. The distribution panel's already toast.
Yes.
And I guess in a lot of industries, you've got PLCs in there, motor drives.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of CNCs are contacting us now. So big industry where they're using expensive machinery, which the new PLCs, UPSs that are backing them up, everything is built into the panel, costs thousands, hundreds of thousands. And to install these devices, they're saving that product, because if one thing goes on fire, this will quench all the fire within that panel. And you can usually just start straight onto the rest of it. Usually we say like 95%, wherever the part of the fire was, that can just be replaced. Your CBO or whatever it is that went up.
Talk there about having the foam fire suppression system actually drilled into the enclosure. That seems a little bit like, so I've got an electrical enclosure and I'm going to drill another hole into it to actually save it. What thinking behind that then?
So not to give shade to any competitors, because like anyone trying to better the fire industry is obviously very valuable. But sort of talking about our product is that you don't have to do anything to the fuse board. So highly qualified electricians can actually put them in live. Obviously, we don't recommend that. But obviously within hospitals, them not being able to shut down sort of theatre services, there is a need that they deem worth the risk within very highly skilled electricians with all of the right equipment and et cetera, without damaging or interfering with the box at all.
Yeah, whereas if they decided to put a foam system in, they'd have to drill a hole in the side of the enclosure. Obviously, you have to isolate, you've got metal work.
It's like mounting a fire extinguisher on the side of it with a foam nozzle going through across the top of your earth and neutral bars, and then if a fire happens, it releases the foam. That whole panel would need to be replaced. There was a fire in a hospital and it had a fire stick inside that panel, and all that had to be replaced was the RCBO, wiped down the panel, and they were able to get that board back working within 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's interesting. You mentioned data centres, because obviously we hear a lot about data centres, and they're hoovering a lot of the electrical infrastructure up at the minute, aren't they, Gordon?
Well, it's no expense spared in the data centre as well, and it's very expensive if it goes wrong.
Your bottles on the floor. Nothing. Oh, we got a licence to have gas on the set, have we? So, yeah, you heard some gas earlier on, didn't you? So I'll just move that one over there. So, they want to protect an incredible infrastructure of that. Is this one of the solutions that they could use?
Yes, very much so. And one of the reasons is the potassium compound that's built inside this. There's no residue and it causes no damage to the equipment inside. So if you've got a data rack that has X amount of thousand rows, so we've replaced a lot of them in London where we've put in our fire suppression system to replace the foam, because of if something does happen and foam is released, how long does it take to try and replace all that equipment and get the equipment
damage as well?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, and that stuff's costing a fortune, and I think most of us are working on some form of AI, whether we know it or not, so a data centre's kicked in at some point. But that obviously we're not just necessarily talking about the Maus Stixx here, are we? Obviously, that's a certain party product, and we've got some of the other products in front of us here. We use the slightly smaller version, but let's jump up to maybe what this one is, Gordon. Do you want to just have the hand cam? I think you do hand cam for this one, because this looks a bit of Gary. It's got a holster.
There you go.
So, so we've got this one here. Just talk me through what we've got here. We've got a safety pull ring here. Is that right?
That's right.
So if I ever pulled
incline.
What do you do with that once you pulled it out?
So now, once you pull out the black pull ring, you press the yellow button and the extinguisher's ready to use.
So if I drop this accidentally on the table, we're in a world of trouble, are we?
We will have the same potassium in the air as we had a few minutes
ago. A little bit more, I would suggest, because that looks quite large. OK, so let's just put that down there. And I take it it's going to come firing out of here?
Yes.
I take it it's an equivalent of a handheld device?
Very much so.
Can you give us an example of somebody who might have one of them about their person and where I'd use it if it was in a fixed location?
Yeah, so the Belgian police have got them attached to their tool belts, and the Swiss Army the Swedish Army are also using it as well. And one of the main things. This is very big in the leisure industry. So people have it in their boats, have it in their caravans, nice and small and compact. Because if a boat or if a caravan goes on fire, the fuse board is underneath the sofa.
Right, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mentioning the magic word there. Obviously, we've got a colleague who...
Yeah, caravan
big
man,
into
and he can't
caravan.
have this one because if I accidentally hand it to him, I could end up crushing what's gone on. So that's now live and ready to go, but until I press the button, we're okay.
Yes.
That's brilliant. Okay, so you said the police have it on them?
Yes, the Belgian police carry it on their belt. It's a tool belt.
Right.
So there's a lot of walking around the streets, there's a lot of fires?
If there was fires, then it's very handy to use, because if any... Yeah, well, yes, it does come up a lot. We had a good meeting with HMP, and that was the first thing they said. Yeah. It could be double used as a baton and a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, good. I mean, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Put a taser on the end as well. We could bring them down as well. So we've got everything.
3 in 1.
Yeah. So I've just got to be careful the rest of the night now that I don't touch that trigger.
Very much
I will promise you.
Or if you do, aim it away from you.
It's like a gun then. I've managed to set it off.
Yeah. So underneath the table we've got blast, which has it covers 10 meters.
Oh, jeez.
Cubed. So
10 metres cubed.
It can be installed inside a room, inside a data centre. A lot of switchgear companies are putting it inside the switchgear rooms.
How was it activated? Is there a pin on this I can pull out?
No, so inside here, take that off. It's got contactors inside it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so it can be connected up to wires
to activate it.
Yeah,
so it's an activated system, that one.
It can go through an alarm. It can go through a push button.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's a big lump. And
it can also have heat trace cables coming out of it. So if the room did go to 170 or a naked flame happened to hit the heat trace cable, it would set it off then as well.
It looks similar to, are these in here, effectively?
Yes, it's similar product. There's 9 of them inside here.
Okay, 9 of those equivalents in there. So if if this went off, it's the equivalent of 9 of them going off in that area.
Yeah.
And did you say 10 metres cubed?
Yeah.
That's a big space.
It's a big room.
That is a big room, to put out a fire in.
Some switchgear rooms are big.
They are big. And expensive.
And expensive.
Yeah.
And not somewhere you want to be when there's a fire.
Okay. And oh, this one looks snazzy. I haven't even played with this one. Has this got a pin that I don't want to pull out?
Yes, very much so.
Let's have a look. Where's that then?
On the side.
Oh, it's on side. I can get straight to it. So again, I've got to be careful not to pull that out.
Yeah.
If you pull it out, can you push it back in?
No.
Oh. You have a look.
And again, that's used a lot within the leisure industry.
The leisure
industry. Of big yachts and.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, horse owner over there, yeah.
We still haven't got any yachts yet.
Anyone's got a canoe out of Costco? No, it ain't for you. So just tilt it towards me. Yeah. So okay. So again, they look like 3 canisters we've just seen.
Yes.
Individual ones. Yeah. Pin out, activated by the person who's got a large yacht. Okay, right, okay, so most of the audience are now trying to find out how they can get hold of one of those because they've all got yachts. There is a link in the description, isn't it, to the website, so if anyone's interested in how to get hold of these and how to contact you as a team, that's the place to look.
Yeah. Aaron Nobbs is on, Gary. I think
so will I tell you how...
He said he's got a yacht, hasn't he?
Has he? Aaron has, yeah. He's got a smaller yacht to get him out to his larger yacht that he actually has off coast.
Yeah, what do they call them? What craft to get you out to your yacht?
Canoes?
No. Something craft to get you out there.
Oh, right,
anyway,
okay. Well, good story, Gordon.
Yeah,
it's the way you tell them as well.
Yeah,
Deliveries, it's all in the delivery. Okay, so that's that. Then we got the square one we had to play around with. We saw that at the... Have we seen that one already? I can't remember which one we showed. Which one did we show at the start?
In the start.
Yeah, so do you want to get this one out?
Have we got another shot of that? Have we got another shot of this square one?
Did we do the square one? Have we done that already? What was the intro? I can't remember what we played in the intro. Yeah, the intro was the square one, which is the one now... well, I don't know. I was super excited about this. Now we had.
You can do. Play it again.
Play it again.
We had so much fun with it.
Yeah, we can talk through it this time. So this has got effectively what we called the fuse wire. So that's attached there. Can be as long as you like, can't it? So if you wrap that around the area, wherever it starts to burn, we did it at the end because it looks like obviously a dynamite stick. Yes. Absolutely, yes, it goes. So if it had burnt in the middle, it would have just obviously travelled to the right direction. And then once it hits this, would be stuck down. We didn't stick this one down, we stuck a different one down. So then all of a sudden we've activated it, look at that, and it absolutely filled the area, didn't it?
Yes, so that covers 0.5.
What a great bit of fun for kids.
Right. It's still quite a
big panel it is, yeah. Quite a big panel. A lot of the UPS manufacturers buy them off us for...
right.
So
if you had like a data rack or something like, you could wind the fuse wire around the different levels.
Yeah, very much so.
Is it called a fuse wire?
Yeah, it's called a heat trace wire.
Okay.
Right.
So we whack the fuse wire. I mean, we thought it would do what it would do in dreamland. We expected like it would fizzle or not doing.
Yeah.
You said when we lit it, it was absolutely everything you wanted to be if you were 12. It were brilliant. So it was just superb.
I never thought when I was becoming an electrician I'd have fun lighting fires.
And I mean, we've made some incredible short videos as well, so which is really good. But it reminds me of birthdays because I suggested in there that it felt like a small child would like to set that off for their birthday rather than blow out their candles. And we've had a big birthday, a mean and big birthday here at Lawrence Studios. And we're not talking about your 80th, son. That's been and gone, isn't it? So if we bring him in, Joe, he's over there. So Joe's turned the big 25, and you're halfway to 50. So, yeah, quarter of a century. Okay, so quarter of a century, yes, 25th year.
25,
Yeah, big 25. Yeah, got any plans? I heard you're getting engaged shortly. You haven't told her yet, have you?
Not quite.
No. All your mates have got engaged though recently, haven't they?
Yeah, 2 out of 6 of my closest.
Yeah. So and then you're in what's called an arms race. So I know there's a lot of conflict around the world. So you're in an arms race as well, aren't you? Legs and arms. I think you'll find your races in. Yeah, Molly hasn't quite told you yet. You're in that race. You might not get married, but you might. Arms and legs. Do you know what arms and legs are? It's a small child. You're in an arms race. Okay, yeah. So it's. I'm gonna do a matinee on a Saturday. I'll sort of tone it down for the people that aren't so clever. Okay, you've obviously want to come on the Saturday matinee. So congratulations on turning 25, and you're getting engaged shortly. So we'll come back for that as well. So that's brilliant. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Would an enclosure often have more than one fire stick in it?
Yeah, one of the reasons for that is I've brought a thermal imagery gun.
Yep.
And what the NHS are asking us to do is they're asking us to actually go to their panels. So that once a year, they're meant to go and record their readings of how their panels are to keep everything up to date. So they've actually asked us to go and look at areas within the hospital that would have red spots within their panels. So, and in buzz bars, and then they're getting us to place them in them certain areas. So sometimes the panels are 6 foot tall by 3 meters wide. And it's not like the new ones where they're all segregated, so they're then linking them all through within the panels. Right, okay. So that's where the Pro V1 comes in very handy.
So stick it on the problem, not inside so they're being even more pinpoint.
They're even more pinpoint, because they can't afford to change all the switchgear that's there.
And I suppose downtime in a hospital is probably the last resort, is it?
Very much so. Okay. Very much so. Because they have to bring in generators, try and figure out how they're going to make that plan. So we're helping them by stopping it at source.
Yeah, okay.
And they're completely stackable. So like with your question of can you have multiple within one unit? Yes. So we basically work it out by the volumetric area of the enclosure. And as long as you've got enough of the potassium gas within that volumetric enclosure, it doesn't sort of matter how you get there. Obviously, if you're using the bigger units, sort of the V5 and the V10, which is 0.5 meters cubed and 1 meter cubed, you'd have it sort of at the top with the heat detecting cable sort of covering all of your high risk areas. But obviously you could do it with a lot of our clients recently of choosing to do the Maus Pro V1s on their high risk areas. So they're having anywhere sort of over 10 of the Pro V1s all around their box within sort of like quite big areas. Okay. So there's a lot of freedom to sort of do what you like.
Yeah, and I can see how something like the health service would say that as risk management. Let's bring it right back a level before we go anywhere else. This got a bit of a Gary whiff about housing associations because they're always going to adopt anything that keeps their client in the safest possible environment. Are you finding people are picking it up in there?
Yeah, very much so. A lot of HMOs contact us because the cost of changing their old plastic panels to steel enclosures with what 18th edition changed it, that they had to get steel fuse boards. When they go and look at tower blocks within London, the cost of getting an electrician to come and do one apartment, never mind a tower block of 150, the cost was too much. When they come to do the testing, change the board out, do the testing, write the certs, near £3,000, and then install one of these devices and save the risk for the insurance of the councils.
So we might be doing an EICR, they might recheck the terminations. That's always a good thing to make sure they're at the required torque setting for the board, but then sticking one of those in. Now, many years ago when I was in a different guise, they talked about putting an intermittent pad in there, but of course, that's probably going to leave a big mess behind, whereas if this is actuated, obviously it's just the gas has put the fire out and you're probably good to go again. Yeah,
very much so, because it more than likely will only trip out the RCD and the MCB, whichever has went on fire, or even as far back as fuses. We're installing them still in panels within the NHS estate that are still running on fuses.
Right.
Nothing wrong with the fuse. But I did see, actually, I was on a block of tower blocks in a large city near here. I've got a photograph of the consumer units in there. The whole rest of it had been refurbished. They didn't touch the flat, so we just got a picture. So this is still active, recently tested.
Is that a wood screw on the right and a washer?
It is actually, yeah, oh yeah, there's the classic number 8 wood screws in there keeping the cover on.
And what I like is they've type tested all those slightly different devices to work together, okay? Well,
Yeah.
a similar brand
And obviously
from a generation.
Looks like your label in there as well. You must have been one of yours, that is it? That's the Lights Think Something, Lights Fun, does that say, or something like that? So,
It's just, Okay, so in that situation, it might be the same thing is the rest of the wiring is absolutely pucker. And there's a precaution, just stick one of the Maus Stixx in.
Yeah.
It actually was in that flat, because actually it was all wired, still in pyro.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want to get rid of that, would you?
Yeah, so the only... so I'd suggest this has already been changed from what was probably fuses there in the past.
Yeah, well, I was at a unit in Somerset 3 weeks ago, and they actually had lead cabling. I'd never seen it before. But some of the switchgear was from the 50s, and it can't be replaced. But it is better than the PLC units they have for running the machinery. So they replicate each machine along the line, and the ones that were done in the 50s, the switchgear works better than the new units with PLCs that are built with inside them. Yeah. So, and again, they've put in fire sticks within them machines because they can't replace the parts within them.
No, makes sense, doesn't it?
So people are asking about, obviously, alternatives. Service life on this, how long do they last?
It's 5 years from install.
Okay, no annual service?
No
like
annual
a fire
service.
Extinguisher, you have to look at the pressure, shake it up a bit for the dry powder.
No.
Is that
Install one and done, and then 5 years later, that's the shelf.
That fits in quite nicely with the periodic inspection anyhow. You wouldn't be probably going above 5 years for a risk management of the building anyhow.
Yeah, very much so.
That's good.
Very much so.
And disposal? Are they easy to get rid of?
Yeah. Everything that it's made of, it's totally recyclable. There's no issues with it at all.
I'd like them for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I'd get...
Well, whoever's winning one
at
of
your
those,
birthday
actually.
parties, right?
We had some winners?
Well, I don't know. We've had a few winners. Let's go across to Joe, actually, for the sausage finger corner.
Yeah, let's go for going to launch fastest finger first, so let's bring this one in. So here we go. So if we've got his own, there he is. He's got his own, oh, look at that. You've lost some weight on that. The Manjaros are kicked in there, haven't they? Look at that. He's
So
lost
if you
some
want to win one of these, if you want to win the Maus Stixx Pro, just ring that number now. The first person, literally, to get through to Joe and say the magic safe word sausage fingers will get...
massage oil.
We'll get one of those in the post to try yourself. Yeah. We've had a lot of fun with that. Let's see how quickly that one takes in.
Yep. So there's another one going out the door there. Then think about other industries. Okay, so we're thinking housing associations, we're thinking those data centres. You got a question, Gordon? You put the hand up there.
Great application, though.
Go on in.
Someone came with tumble dryers. One of the household appliances.
So it will catch fire.
That is a major problem.
Say hello to Sean for me. So,
Has anyone ever thought of putting it inside the tumble dryer?
Yeah, we've had people inquiring about them and asking whereabouts should they fit it within the tumble dryer.
Yeah, because I take it naturally quite warm in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So you said 170?
170, yeah.
I think we'll be in a world of trouble at that point.
I think so.
But it has a really good operational temperature. So again, going back into the technical details, that a lot of the Stixx series are operational from minus 30 degrees Celsius to plus 70.
Right.
So obviously they'll only activate through a chemical reaction at 170 degrees Celsius under heat, but they are completely operational, and then within like the research that they've done, it will drop off percentages after that, but obviously that's there.
So we've had a lot of results selling into the mining industry, for example. In Australia, in Africa, a lot of mining companies have bought this stick and installed it throughout their equipment within these mines. A lot of temporary power units, for example. That's a big thing on building sites where temporary power, lots of lithium batteries plugged in, and the temporary power unit itself actually goes up on fire. So the big contractors are getting their fire stick and installing it within their temporary power units.
That makes sense. Yeah. And then we talked off camera, so I think it's a good time to bring it up. We talked about the rail service, didn't we? The fact that vibration, believe it or not, is an issue. Who would have guessed that, Gordon? Somewhere on a rail system, that vibration, and they've got issues as well, haven't they?
Yeah, very much so. So on their signalling systems, with the trains going by, the terminals are coming loose inside the boxes. So a lot of the signalling companies, the people that are installing the panels, they're putting in this device now to save a certain section of the panel. Because a lot of the panels, the way they're built, they've got PLCs inside them. It's not just RCDs and MCBs. They've got expensive equipment in there to keep it running. So,
yeah, that is. Yeah, and I wouldn't have thought that. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, now we did test it on this board here actually. The one that makes you look blurred in front of there because there's a bit of smoke on it. Let's just show how the very small device. I guess the entry level, because someone said the father's fuse board's under the stairs, old plastic one.
This
is
my mum's.
This is a metal one, but just to show how fast.
I'm taking one for mum.
Operates. We've got the short for that, John. Let's just have a little look.
Hopefully you can appreciate the fact the second setting off of one to show you the fact it would have been on the inside of the lid. We used a piece of Perspex in there and we sent the actual fire in. We've got somebody else getting a fire. Sorry, let's get it. Maus Stixx before we get the wrong one. Maus Stixx coming in there as well. But great idea. Someone's just said, didn't they? You know, plastic consuming under the stairs. My mum's got one of those.
Oh, we've got one at home as well.
Yeah, and you just think to yourself, you know, I could change it. That sounds like an hour and a half of time.
Your mum's got an old fuse board, has she?
A Wilex one under the set.
Cobbler's kids again, is it?
Just smoke detectors are in date.
Well, they are now.
That cost me a few quid, that did, to do them. So, so again, what a great...
Yeah, so at the fire safety event in Birmingham this year, the amount of firemen and women that came on our stand and said the biggest problem they have with electrical fires is the panels are usually at the entry and egress, or they are under stairs, and they're usually beside a gas boiler or a gas. And so you're building it all beside each other. So if you can have a force point of stopping that fire by installing this device, which is very cheap in relation to have to change a whole unit out.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference.
And there is a sticker, isn't there, that can tell you the date of install. And again, this is one that, you know, we don't believe people are changing their smoke detectors very often. I know.
What?
Well, so again, it's going to be one of those ones to take this incredibly serious when you've got it in. I think people with their smoke detectors, do you know if yours are in date at home?
Yeah.
They are in date. Yeah. Now, we've done a survey of a lot of people.
Including family.
Including sisters and family, and your mum, It's incredibly difficult to find anyone with a smoke or heat system in date.
And his will be only because his house is new.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why his is
No.
I, as a qualified electrician, and I've lived in my house 7 years, I've never checked.
No. And the survey is, if you've lived in your house less than 10 years, you're out of the survey because it's automatically in. I apologise. But my street, I went down the road and they're all out of date at the same time, and it was 2017, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah. My sister's 2012. That was when we had the Olympics. Yeah. Wow, 13 years on. So again, just to make sure that sticker is crucial. I know we're trying to get away from putting stickers on stuff, but it's incredibly crucial that you're in there.
Now, lots of people asking about the gas again. Obviously, we're at the start. In a confined space, so someone has said railway carriage. Joe Robinson's asking about his caravan. Does it cause any problems to the breathability? Obviously, appreciate the gas isn't toxic, but does it affect?
No.
Does it suck the oxygen out of the air?
Yeah, no. It's a full replacement from what Halon used to be. That's one of the biggest questions we get asked. Is it the same as Halon?
Right.
It's not sucking away the oxygen. And as Carrick was saying about his fire triangle, where it's actually removing the fuel to the layman's terms. And that's where...
I think we can vouch for that because Gary is still here. I would say it's not the most pleasant spell in the world, but that's Gary's aftershave for you. But the smoke... It clears after a few hours.
I've had a good day. I've breathed in the lithium-ion battery when I was closer. But what was good about the short you haven't seen yet, which is incredibly visual, and we won't show it tonight, it'll go out on social media, is that when Rick went to light the actual, what we call the fuse wire, but when he lit that, Gordon's encouragement was, make sure you get away from it. I am standing in front of it as Rick's trying to get away. Bits of red hot, black dots all over my T-shirt, where I've obviously been peppered today. But it made a good short, didn't it? I would suggest. So, yeah, that's... that's some really good applications. Let's go for questions. Anyone else asking some decent questions about application stuff like that?
Back across to Joe. He can decide if there's any good ones.
Any good questions, Joe?
We've had a few come in, actually, Ritika, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Have I just put you on the spot there?
Yes, you have.
OK, so, no, we had a great question in from James Corner, and congratulations, James. You have won a Maus Stixx. I've got your address now, so that'll be on the post on its way to you. What did he say? That's...
Yeah, he asked, what is the life cycle of the Maus Stixx?
5 years, we've just done that. If you were listening. Yeah, you know when you say you didn't watch the show when you're at home, but actually you're in the room? So that's a tough
I've been on the phone!
Well, just...
Hey, I've been on the phone!
Yeah, OK. Any other ones that we have answered that we can say we've answered again? Oh, good question. Who wants to pick that one up?
I knew that was coming back. So we've recently actually been working with a manufacturer that is working with a potentially combustible metal. So one thing that these devices do is they do class A, B, C, electrical and F, but what they don't do is class D, which is obviously metal fires.
Ding. Ding for metal.
Ding for metal.
Yeah.
Obviously, the one thing about being is an ATOX environment, ATEX, is that because it is activated as a result of getting to 170 degrees Celsius, there is some kind of pyrotechnic reaction. It is an exothermic reaction. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Like it's giving off some heat. It cools down quite quickly, but with this specific manufacturer, we're basically recommending that they don't put them in areas that could create ignition of flammable metals, because then that creates a whole nother problem. But basically to contain them within areas that are still deemed high risk, but not high risk of explosive atmospheres. If that answers your question.
Done that brilliantly. We need to practice that one. That was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
If I was guessing on that, Mark, I would say it'd probably be okay inside a flame-proof enclosure, because they're designed to support a combustion inside it. And I wouldn't, if it was an intrinsically safe one, you'd probably struggle, but yeah. And if people have got really difficult questions like that, where can I get the information? Just put your number on screen now.
Yeah, go for it. Put my work number in. No, find our website and the link below. We've got very skilled professionals over in Sweden that obviously develops the product. So if we can't answer it between Tom, myself, and the rest of the team, we will definitely be sending those questions over to the actual creators of this product, and we will get an answer for you.
Yeah, really good. Interesting. We've got to open this champagne in a few moments, but that means we'll have to celebrate another person attacking the race wall, I think, while we compose ourselves. So we've got a third person attacking the race wall. So, again, it doesn't matter, folks. You can just go with whoever you want on this one, because there's only one person, so you don't even have to put a name in, but I'm going to go for the name again.
You can get the time.
You don't have to put the name in, I said.
Oh,
You've got to go for the time, Gordon. That's the idea of it.
Time.
So I was trying to get the name. I was trying to buy myself a bit of time there.
I knew you were.
It's Ritika. OK, that just came to me from nowhere. I don't know where that came from. And so Ritika's up next. Obviously not an electrician. We're not going to do that. So, again, it's all about, can you get yourself a Maus Stixx? So can you get yourself the right time? So you've got 60 seconds to get that time in. And while you're doing that, we're going to just ramble on. We're going to try and give away a few more of these on the fastest finger first, so look out for that after we've done this race wall. But there is a chance now to see how quickly this one's done. I don't think we're going to have this in real time, so I don't think we're going to have the full race wall. I think it'll be edited down, but where are we going to be? Are we going to be on the fast board or the slow board? And you absolutely impressed us, and I love throwing people a curveball. You threw me one this time, because I had no idea what your time was, and I genuinely thought you were on the slow wall.
I was on the...
So people are looking at this and thinking Ritika is going to be on the slow wall. Well, you know, it works out. It doesn't always come out like that, does it, at all? So get your times in. There's a Maus Stixx up for grabs, and you can, if nothing else, set fire to one end of it and record yourself on your mobile phone for maybe something like a TikTok video. And when we come back, Ritika will tell you about her TikTok channel and how many views she's on some of her videos that have nothing to do with the Maus Stixx and only have things to do with, say, animals from the Jurassic era. Okay, so that's what we're going to see in a few minutes. So get your times in, and you've got yourself 5 seconds. All you need is a time. Ritika's up next, and she's off and running. She can't even defend herself, so you're going to have to take it over, boys. Let's go for it then. Let's see how fast Ritika took on the Electricians challenge. Now, her dad has got an electrical... Oh, she's full Ramo. Straight off the bat, a full Ramo. OK, so her dad has an electrical engineering background, I think. Obviously, no skills have been passed down. We got confused here by the screwdriver. Something else is out. It's fallen out on its own. He gave up. It jumped out of the screw for her. Look at this. This is, it's not the greatest start. So now we've obviously cut now to this bit where we're doing a bit of plaiting. Okay, is anyone going to defend her, or are we just going to have Gary's now 14 minutes?
It was only one run.
She only has one. Yeah, this is her slowest time as well as her fastest in one go. So, that's good. Here we go. So,
and I think Joe Hammond did the instruction.
Oh dear. Yeah, so that's a bit like one of those horse races where you have a lot more weight on your back, isn't it, when Joe Hammond's give you the instructions? So what was your horse weighted today? Did it have a decent weight on it, or because it was 80 to 1, was it pretty light of weight?
No, it's actually, everyone carries the same weight because it's high graded, so it's listed.
It's not like it
the horse that came 5th and the other horse that came 8th. That was in a group race, so the second highest standard of race that there is.
80 to 1. Did you get 80 to 1 on your odds?
I had a bit of 100 and a bit of 80 to 1.
Oh, gee whiz. And we refuse to take a free Indian meal off you. Look at the smile on your face. You're winning all day long. Going in with your Klein strippers there, obviously. So screwdriver connection's pretty good. So that's good. So here we go. So we're just a couple of connections away from doing the socket outlet. This is a decent effort.
Pretty fast.
We did leave her with Joe, so we must have a word with her. She's probably a little bit scathed from the... Look, it's on! From no... Oh, screw's fallen out again. So it's gone on from nothing. Probably the nicest hands we've had to do. Oh, it's going off again. Oh, my word. This is challenging. Okay, so wrong way. There we go. Now we're on the right way. And we need to sit slowly to there. Brilliant. Well done. Okay, so it's good. Only had one go, so that means when Ritika comes back, she gets a chance to have 2 more goes at the race. Well, I'm sure she'll be stamping down that door in a fortnight to come back. You're up, Gordon.
I'm back.
Oh, my mouse sticks are on the floor.
Oh, got to be careful of that.
Where are we going then, Gordon? Which wall do you think we're on?
I think we could be.
Sorry, Gordon, I got there too quick.
Yeah, he did get that. So
are we looking up or down? Is it at the top of the leaderboard or the bottom?
Sorry, it's the wrong way around on this one. So it's all right. So we have got a new leader.
No, we've got a new leader.
Unfortunately. I mean, I don't think it's fair. I think there should be 3 runs, but we're still being here now. It is 11 minutes 42.
Yes, we've got a new top of the leaderboard.
Top of the leaderboard up there.
Takes some good. And that's new territory. That's like Roger Bannister when he did a 4-minute. We've got into the 11 territory, nearly broke 12. So that's really good.
That opens up the front for loads of people.
Yes. You've properly laid down the gauntlet there, I would suggest. Yeah. Well done. And thank you very much for playing along. So let's go back to them as Mr. Hammond talks about dinosaurs. So back to Mr. Hammond and dinosaurs.
Yes, so tell us a little bit about you and your dinosaurs. What do you came in about dinosaur suits? Just tell us about that.
I do TikTok videos in my free time, and I like to dress up in dinosaur costumes and annoy my family in them and do silly videos. And
you've done a few views. I think Gary said 40 or 50 earlier, didn't he?
No, I've got in total 3.5 million views across all my videos.
Incredibly, when Ritika showed us earlier, the first thing Gary said, "I've seen this video. I've seen it." So yeah, and we've got, and it is time to call Ritika. Ritika, this call is yours for our next winner. Yeah. Take it away.
Hello.
It's lovely, isn't it?
We can carry on talking.
There we are.
I was trying to say what? I was already intrigued. Picture's lovely, isn't it?
So in 2024, when Carrick started doing the 4 sticks with us, we had a big award from the NHS. So the NHS engineers is called IEM, and they meet once a year in Manchester.
They do.
And we got nominated by a hospital in Belfast who've installed this device throughout every panel in their hospital. And Guy was the vice president of IEM at the time. And we got a big award for innovation at the IEM Awards, and Carrick got to collect the prize off Kevin Keegan.
Oh, did you? Oh, wow.
Jeez,
very cool moment.
Yeah. You've got a background that you like a bit of football, do you?
I do like a bit of football. Probably not as good as Tom was back in his day, like semi-pro over there.
He's done everything, hasn't he?
He does.
Boring,
he's a dabbler.
Imagine being next to somebody in a business that's done absolutely everything. It must get right on your wick. Right on your wick. Yeah. Okay, so semi-pro footballer. We won't talk about that, but you met Kevin Keegan.
Yeah, Kevin Keegan, he's amazing. And he remembers every single goal he scored. So I don't know how I managed to get to the front of the queue over all of the sort of the dads that were in front of me.
You won an award.
Well, yeah, but like
the
queue of people trying to get signatures and everything off of him was amazing. But everyone was asking him. So we had another colleague who is a massive Forest fan, and he remembered when Forest scored a goal, particularly against Kevin Keegan, and he remembered the exact goal.
Right.
To within like 5 minutes, I think, which is incredible because he's had such an amazing, successful career.
It's called autism.
Right, yeah.
So they can remember everything. Get you gone. There we go then, folks. So as we're going through, so we've got some fun and games.
Did he still have his perm? Somebody's asked in the
No,
comments.
He still had a cracking head of hair.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Head.
Fully grey.
Behind us, tube.
Yeah, pneumatic tube system.
Pneumatic tube system. Okay.
Hold on, before we do that, we'll just do another fastest finger first. We're all sausage fingers over there. Let's just go on, Joe. Yeah, fastest finger. Call Joe.
Give us a call. Remember, and thanks for this, Gordon. Sausage fingers, because everyone that has rung in, that's been the first thing that they've said. So that's
a safe word tonight.
That's
Joe.
going to stick. Yeah, thanks for that. But before you call, I just want a quick shout out to Richard and Emma. They've had their baby boy Charlie. So I know David had one the other week, and yeah, Richard and Emma have had a healthy baby boy Charlie. He's our
neighbourhood, is it?
He's well, Richard.
Yeah.
He's our resident fire engineer, technician, security guy.
Well, he wants some
expert.
of these.
Is this Sean Dempsey? He's got to be ringing. He's got to be there. He's got it on the speed dial. He'll be up.
Let's have a go. No, it's not, because he's on the ban list.
Sean's whatever it is. He'll get one of these before. He'll ring me tomorrow and ask me to send him one anyhow, so I've got to send him one up. So, pneumatic system, is that what you said?
Yes, yeah. So this was our product that I came to the UK to start wiring and commissioning back in 2007.
Okay, and it's got an amazing application down in London, and we've got a video clip that will probably make everybody want to book a trip down to London. So we're going to have to talk over this one.
Watch this bar. Here's a bar. What's that? Cocktail delivered by the pneumatic tube.
Look at that, and that's there. Oh.
Right off of Borough Market.
Oh,
prime
nice.
location.
Hipster central.
Yeah.
Do you want to give a bit of background to the bar, Carrick?
Yeah, please.
Yes, so this was in development with a company called Cahoots that basically do super specialist, amazing sort of fantastical cocktail bars. So they also do the sort of the Mr. Fogg's exploration, where you can basically go get incredibly well-made, bougie, and arguably expensive cocktails, but they obviously justify themselves in the way that they are delivered and the experience that you get while these are being delivered and sort of the theatre of them. And again, we were in talks with someone recently that was trying to get a table because they're like friends of Aerocom, and there was a 4-week waiting list, I think they said, for a table. Yeah, so it's good that it's doing well.
Part of it is you buy a token on the way in the door, put it in the machine, it will deliver your cocktail to you, or you scan your QR code, type in your table number, and it delivers your
just
cocktail.
Watch that again, Joe.
Look up when you're doing it, because it goes round the ceiling, so that's the bit you might have missed on the
first one. Has that got LEDs in the device as well?
Yes. So there's a tube network all the way around delivering to different tables within, and then it will deliver your cocktail straight to you.
Free with every token you pay 30 quid for.
There's your margarita.
Oh, I've got
shaking this one.
I've got Moscow Mule in my head.
Yeah.
For that, actually. I can taste it now, actually.
Well, while we're talking, you might have to do a bit of rambling because I'm going to open up the fizzy. A little bit of bubbly. So we're celebrating a large win. So personal, a lot of your friends obviously had a little dabble on the horse as well.
Yeah,
very confident as well when you said to me it's probably got a bit of a chance at the 2.
Yeah.
Horses you've got running, and it did deliver, didn't it? And
very much.
We were second, weren't we, for the first bet? And then, of course, what happened to your phone?
Yeah, it went off with 8 seconds to go.
Oh, look at that.
And, but then it did start vibrating and ringing a lot when
so you knew
came
then
in.
You're probably in with a good chance, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit of bubblies. Look at this, little bit of bubblies. So this is good. So are you driving this evening, Carrick?
I think Ritika might be very kindly giving us a lift.
Is that because she doesn't drink alcoholic beverages?
That is. She's more sensible than myself.
Always in a quality mug, always a quality drink in a quality mug. So let's have a look at these. Hopefully these have been left behind. I do love a mug. So if you leave it behind, it will feature in many a video. So that's all good. Take one over there, winner.
Thank you very much.
Okay, 4th place is a winner. So, yeah, everyone else ducked out, didn't they? They would never a little dibble, would they? I banked you. You've got
We
confidence.
didn't tell us.
There's a bit of confidence behind it.
Yeah, just yeah. So I couldn't get all my money on, could I? Old junior betting app over there. He had the old parental guidance on it. When he gets to £5, he had to ring his mum up and ask for some more pocket money. So let's bring Pocket Money Man in. So bring him in. What happened to your betting app today, Rick? What happened to your betting app? Come on, that's you, Rick. Yeah, it's Telly. What happened to your betting app? What was the good news when you opened your betting app? That you didn't know about, did you? What's your daily limit? What's your daily limit?
Well, at the minute it's capped at 25 quid.
So what could I...
But when you want to up it...
You had to wait.
To another 25.
So I had 65 quid on it. Then how much did I want to put on it? Tell the wife.
100.
Yeah, I wanted 100, so I didn't quite get me 100 quid on, so that's all right, that's good. Yeah, I bet every about 5 years, so we'll have to wait, and it's always on a recommendation. I'd just like to say for the record, you're the first one that's come in clutch. It's also the first time I haven't put the right bet on, and that was the way. Every story's got a little bit of an ending on it. So we've got some footage of us playing around with the tube behind us, haven't we? Let's bring that one in way of a bit of bubbly. So. My kind of beverage.
I mean, who wouldn't want one of those systems?
Oh, the noise.
Yeah,
When
the
it
noise.
landed.
Oh, the whole just yeah. I mean, that's a. We're going to have to go to that bar actually. Yeah.
We will.
Well, you're paying now. You've had a win on the horses.
Yeah.
So
Now I'm flush with nothing.
We'll have to get that.
The Finley Fund, we called
What's
it.
the next trade show in London that we can swing on that? I
don't know.
I've got a stand at London building, but it's not till November.
Oh, right. Well, might have been twice by then.
Yeah.
Might be a bit more difficult. Is that XL, that one?
Yeah.
There's a nice, I've got a nice apartment overlooking the O2 that I can get access to.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's that one?
That's the one I took Marcus to when we didn't go to the boxing. The first fight that was Eubank Ben, I had tickets to that. You know,
Oh, right.
that cracking fight that was on the telly and there were 60,000 people. I had it at the O2. Me and my mate had tickets. So we missed out on that. So talking away. Let's go back over. While we're doing it, we'll go over to Hammond, but we'll have a fastest finger as well. So see if you can get your fingers on Joe's. No, we'll come back to that. Fingers on Joe's been part of my nightmare of a week. So fastest finger for Joe.
Yeah.
And there it is. So if you want to ring Joe, he will do. And I think he's got a question for us.
No. Better than that. We've just had an amazing call in, haven't we? Guess who's just rang us?
It was Carrick's dad.
We've had Carrick's dad on. So, Carrick, why don't you tell us about the under-18 rowing champion?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Before we dive into that, though, and I do want to get this in, so Carrick is starting an amazing venture, EMS, that's Echo Mike Sierra with your wife, raising awareness about food allergies with children. Now, you didn't mention that in your 60-second intro, did you?
No, I didn't. I mean, I'm happy to spend loads of time talking about that. And again, if anyone wants to message in to our website, which is www.emsclip, so emsclip.com. It's Steph's company. So we're basically raising awareness and giving empowerment to children with allergies, as our daughter suffers with severe allergies. And obviously we don't want anyone else to go through what we've gone through. So trying to create a device that can basically eliminate that worry. A personal one, but yeah, hopefully it will build traction and potentially save someone's life, which is
Take us down on your social post. So
definitely.
Start tagging us in. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, on Instagram or whatever you're on.
I'll
Instagram's our best one to push it out on, and we'll start sharing.
I appreciate
Ask Joe to
that.
put it in the news or something like that. Yeah, we can do that.
So now we want to know about your dad's
the
phone
rowing.
call. This has got to be
That's the first one we've had that time. We've had people in the comments before, but ringing up. I think this new burner phone thing's quite a good idea.
I'll make it very quick. So,
Well, you're not.
I'm trying to think how to say it. So I basically used to row for a club called Marlow Rowing Club with some of my best friends that are still my friends today. I was in a boat with Harry Glenister, who went to go on row for GB in the end, a guy called Charlie Simon, and then a guy called Alex Haynes. And we basically won a championship rowing race, which was funny enough at the water event space in Nottingham. So it's almost come full circle. As a result of winning that, we basically got invited to be the team that would represent England Rowing Club, where we went over to Cardiff.
Over to Cardiff, eh?
Yeah,
over to Cardiff. Where are we going? Cardiff. I
was hoping to go to France or something, but yeah.
Oh, France ain't far either, though, is it?
Yeah. And then as a England team, we won the international.
A gold medal?
We won a trophy, yeah.
You didn't get a gold medal?
Well, the gold medal trophy.
Well, we've won all the other.
Well, a trophy.
A trophy then.
We won a trophy.
So our last question, you didn't get a gold medal then?
No, we didn't get a gold
That's
medal.
a shame. How did the guy get on when they went to the Olympics? So once Redgrave and his lads stopped doing it, I didn't watch any more of the rowing. So how did he get on when he represented?
Oh, so it's a bit of a sore story. So he was actually going for Tokyo, but he severely damaged his back. But at the back end of that, he ended up getting a full scholarship at Oxford from a very kind individual. So he's now got an amazing job within accountancy off the back of rowing.
Okay.
But another guy that I rowed with called Sholto actually won a medal at the Tokyo Olympics, which was absolutely amazing.
That's cool.
He was a very good rower. He is a good rower, but yeah, he was a big lad.
That's good.
Very tall.
What a good story. Well, that one. Should we have we got any more sticks to give away? Yeah, bang it in. Fastest finger. Can ring him again. Get it in. Get another stick in for him. So that'll be good as well. So all the times are in. Times are on the wall. Any more questions coming in, Gordon, that you want to tackle? I think Joe's got one for us. So let's pull over to Joe. I'm worried now. So this is bound to be a mugging off because he had to get nudged and Ricky's now laughing behind the camera. Go on in, Joseph.
No, that's serious, guy. Me and Rick were wondering how the pneumatic tube gets the drinks to where they need to go.
How does it know?
So they order it by QR code to the table number.
Right. Okay.
And then the person who makes the cocktail types in the number and sends it to that table.
Yeah, and there's a different delivery points dotted around the bar.
Yeah, very much so. And we've done that in other big industries. So, for example, in Airbus, they've got a system where it delivers to every wing where people are working on building the wings in Chester. And there's 14,500 kilometres of 6-inch, 160 mil PVC tube everywhere.
Right. And they're all on cocktails all day long.
Yes.
So solving.
I wonder when them Boeing planes
Is that the Boeing slack that has the cocktails?
Any other industries picking them up? Anything else sending stuff around in to be interested?
Yeah, very much so. We've got a system now at Heathrow Terminal 5, so people don't have to keep crossing backwards and forward across the border. So
they're putting people in the tube and foreign them.
Very much so. So they don't have to queue in security.
No, it's good.
Lots of small systems within warehouses, and we get a lot of novelty systems going into museums, children's play centres, but hospitals is our bread and butter. 90% of all the pneumatic tubes that get fitted around the world get fitted in hospitals.
Yeah, that's good.
Send the blood samples.
Well,
I've
been moistening my lips on this beverage, but I've been moistening the black. I'm still not over it. The back of one of the members of the eFIXX team. I think it's time to play that video and crawl into a very big hole.
Oh, this is the weirdest thing I've ever had done in my life.
No feeling today.
Believe it or not, there is a video coming where me and Joseph Hammond spent a day together in a massage room, okay? And that is not the highlights by any stretch of imagination. And for the first time ever, we may have to have an 18 version of a video. I never thought it. Sean Dempsey, if you ring the fastest finger first now, you will get your fire stick. So please ring now. He will answer, because otherwise I'm sending you one tomorrow. So please ring in. Sean Dempsey's the only one who can ring the fastest finger first in order to get himself a fire stick, and he'll have a play around with one of those as well. So please ring up Sean. Sean's been messaging me recently about my daughter. My daughter is obviously running the London Marathon in 2026 as a amputee who's come out of Great Ormond Street Hospital. So she is running that. Fundraising stuff is still on LinkedIn if you want to go over and have a look at that, or on Facebook if you want to find it on there. But they're on my own personal one. So if you want to support that, that would be great. She has crushed her total. I know that because all the great people on social media, and we managed to crush our target that we actually had a year and a half to do it in 14 hours because not everybody gave me all the details. But it's always good to thrash a target out in it. So maybe if you can help out on there, that'd be great. But I think there might be something on yours that we can help with as well. Once you send us all the details that we need, we'll send that out on socials as well.
So I'll make a donation. Instead of having to pay Carrick his 15k pay rise, I will donate £500 to your daughter's.
It's for
London
the Rays of Sunshine charity that helped her out when she was really poorly. So thank you very much.
No problem at all.
You're very kind. So thank you everyone who's done that. And Sean Dempsey, that's why it reminded me, because he was one of the first people to do that. And Sean obviously follows my daughter and has done for such a long time. Folks.
Does that video have a happy ending?
Which one?
The one with you massaging Joe. Was the customer pleased?
Sometimes when you're in a very small room for a very long amount of time, you just have to come to your circumstances.
Right, okay.
Okay? Probably the wrong word.
Yeah.
Should have been become, I think, to your circumstances. Yeah, no, there's no good ending in it at all. I'll tell you what is good though, folks. When you watch that one, you measure the ceiling, laser level it up, yeah, you get it, and then what we did, we took a sheet of board off of the roof to find the joists. Okay, so we knew exactly where they were, and that was really handy because when we got to drilling the actual downlights, okay, into position, which Joe did, he managed to absolutely drill the centre of one. If we hadn't gone up there and lifted that board and found it, we could have missed it by miles. But we went straight. The first one went straight to the middle of it.
So you could see you sort of measured twice and then still hit the beam.
And then we patched the hole and we had to go back and all the rest of it. So, yeah, and it's in the short video, folks, and it will be in the video. We will own up to our Joe will own up to his mistakes.
You can fix almost anything with one strike.
Yeah, well, yeah, it looked awful when we left. Yeah, so, yeah, it's good.
Oh, well, I look forward to that.
Yeah, it's another great video.
Just back on pneumatic tubes, and just picking up on the question Rick had there, because he's obviously thinking one for home. How do you divert it to different locations? Is there like a set of points or something?
Yeah, it's very much like the London Underground.
Right.
That's how it works. It's on a point system.
Right.
So as it picks its destination, so if it's going to table 8, it will divert through its points to go
And that's the bit you need to wire, is it? You need to get the signal cable.
Yeah, so you wire a 3-phase blower at the start, so it's got a pump with a reversing head, which then goes in suction pressure and then diverts itself around.
Right.
So it's a low voltage system. The only part that's is 3-phase blowers.
Right.
Started off.
Cracking in it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Super simple, but it's super effective, and it's working in some of the most cutting tech hospitals, arguably in the world.
The return on investment on them for hospitals, they usually pay for themselves within 9 months because the cost of portering and the cost of delivering the samples. And one of the biggest things is what I see, the nurses themselves will carry it rather than wait for a porter or somebody to come. So you're taking a nurse away from a patient to deliver that service, so the patient's not getting service of being looked after. They're too busy walking blood samples backwards and forwards in the laboratory.
Makes logical sense, doesn't it? Yeah. And again, there's always an issue, and there's a vending machine, a bathroom.
Very much so. Yeah.
Someone's drifting.
Oh, on vending machines, these fire sticks.
Gone.
Lots of them. So vending machines.
So you can put your money in, get a can of Coke.
Yeah. So vending machines going on fire.
Right.
We've had a lot of hospitals and companies buying these to install them inside the vending machines.
Wow.
Okay, I suppose, if they haven't got a way of turning them off, they're on 24 hours a day.
Yes, they are,
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, smart sockets again, and the solution for that. We've looked at that in the past, haven't we? How many more sticks have we got to give away? So how many Maus Stixx are still available?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 3 to give away. I've just put a post out. We've got 3 to give away. Ring in, sausage, fingers, and I think Ritika will take the next call.
Okay, so there you go, folks. Another chance to win a mouse. Has Sean got one now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sean, thank you. Well, thank you, Sean. You've saved us 2 stamps. You've got 2 on the way.
No, we can't have 2.
Can you have Gareth?
Gareth? Who's Gareth?
Carrick. Can you take one for your dad?
I definitely will take one.
Tika, next time he gets a name wrong, just put him right, can you please? Gareth over here. Not even close when he didn't even murder the name. He got a completely different Gareth.
It's his dad's name.
Again, there's nothing like getting mistaken for a 50-year-old man, is there? Yeah, absolutely.
He'll be happy with that.
None of my friends could ring in.
Yeah. All right. He's just tipped over 60.
Is he?
He's looking good for his age.
Is he nearly retired?
I haven't actually had that conversation with him, but I hope that I hope that he'll ease off soon. He's worked very hard.
That's good. None of my friends could ring in because they're all drunken. Right,
I think the last thing they need is one of these. They're having a great night out. So, would you imagine, because you took 40-odd people, was it 42 people?
Yeah.
Were they all having a good go on it, were they?
Definitely.
God, what a great night they were. Well, I think I've had an absolutely amazing night as well. Gordon, have you got any more stuff you think we need to cover?
I think we've pretty much done that.
Unbelievable end song.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to keep this one?
Very much so.
You don't mind if I keep this one? Yeah? Okay, so we've got an amazing end song, folks. Green Cable. There we go. Green Cable. My friends at Green Cable, I apologise. Let's bring in Green Cable. Let's see who embarrass themselves like a fool. It's too small again. Let's embarrass themselves like a fool again today. Let's see who that is. And I've got a feeling that perhaps Tom knew the conclusion of the race wall, didn't you? Because he was smiling at me when you went over. Let's go and have a look at the Green Cable. Let's bring it in. I'll talk as slowly as I can. It's frozen. OK, so we can reenact it. OK, so obviously, what's this? Oh, we've got, hang on, he's waving. Bald man again, please.
Yeah, no, we've had another amazing winner of the Maus Stixx Pro. Isn't that right, Ritika?
It's a Tidiest dad as well.
Unbelievable.
Well done. Congratulations on your fire stick.
Switch the camera on there.
We're all frozen, folks. All it means is, are we going to be able to play the end credits or not? Are we going to have to sing my way out of here? Okay, do you reckon that's the case? Folks, I greatly appreciate it. We're going to treat you because we're not going to come back in a fortnight. Okay, we're going to come back in a week's time. We've got CED Electrical, who provided the lovely distribution board that we set fire to these two, but we didn't set fire to them because the fire was put out. And if we can't sing our way out, like any good football match, all we need to end is with a flare. So let's see you in a fortnight for this next week.